Hey guys, Ike here from Mike'sOutdoors.com. You may recognize the scenery here because I actually did another video about trails standing in this exact same spot, actually about 2 seconds ago for me and about a week ago for you. So what I want to talk to you about today is tree stand placement and ground blind placement and things like that, and not really talking about specific places to put your tree stands, but what I want to talk to you about is how to take advantage of an area like this one where there are a ton of deer moving through here. I mean, I see a ton of deer in this spot. I've got a big logging road right here. I've got trails that shoot off of it in both directions. I've got a bedding area right back down here. I got a bedding area back here. I got oak trees in here with food all over the place. I got a mineral site right back here behind me that in the off season I feed deer, and I've got mineral there. So this is a really nice hub for deer, and I see them all over in here. So the mistake I see a lot of guys do is they'll find an area like this and they'll come in here and they'll put up one tree stand, and that's great. If that's all you got, great. That's what you got to do. Pick the best area that you possibly can, and hopefully you'll have luck with it. If you're just starting out, buy as many cheap tree stands as you can. Buy those $30 tree stands from Walmart. There's $40, $50 tree stands from Sportsman's Guide, things like that, and get as many as you possibly can. I've got a trail that comes right through here, and I've got a trail that goes right here. I don't want to have to use the excuse of, well, I can't hunt that area because of the wind. So what I've actually got in this area, within less than probably 75 yards from one to the farthest one away, I've got 4 tree stands in this area right now. I actually got 3 tree stands that are ground blind. So the wind in our area in the wintertime, it can come from the south. If there's a front moving in, it can come from the west or the north. It can also come out of the west. So what I've got here is I've got a tree stand right back there. I've got a ground blind right here, and I've got a trail in the middle of them. So as it sets right now, if I have a wind that's out of the north, which is from my back, I can set in that ground blind. If I got a wind that's out of the south, I can set in that tree stand over there. If I've got a wind, and the deer primarily coming from my left, so if I've got a wind that comes from the west, then I really can't hunt either one of these because it would be blowing my scent right down the hill and right to the deer. So if I want to hunt, if I've got a westerly wind, this area is pretty much off limits. I've got a tree stand that's a little bit further down the trail, and the reason I've done that is it's further down the trail and it's actually on the east side. So if the deer come in here, there's not much I can do about this area right here, but if the deer come in here, I can actually move back to that tree stand there, and as they go down this logging road, if I've got a west wind, as the wind now is in my face and I've got the wind in my favor again. I'm not hunting them as they're coming across here like I am with these other tree stands. I'm hunting them when they turn and go back that direction. Now, so that's pretty much covered. Same area down there, I got a tree stand on the other side of the trail. I got 2 tree stands down there within about 40 yards apart, and if I've got an east wind or I've got a west wind, I can hunt whichever one of those I need to hunt. Now if I've got an east wind that's blowing this direction, I can hunt either one of these right here. So in any kind of scenario, in any kind of wind, I can come up here and I can hunt this area. Now I may not be able to hunt, I may not be able to come up here and hunt that ground blind, but I've got a tree stand in this area that I can hunt. So when it comes to tree stand placement, I own a ton of tree stands, and yeah, I've got some that are really, really nice. I've got some advanced tree stands, I got some muddy tree stands and stuff like that. But you're gonna see a lot of my tree stands are just the $30 and $40 ones that I bought at Walmart exactly for scenarios like this. Rather than go out and spend $100, $200 on a tree stand, I can buy 2 of those versus one $100 tree stand, and now I got 2 setups for different winds. And I know a lot of people who come to an area like this and they put up one tree stand and I can't hunt it because the wind's not in my favor. Set up as many tree stands as you can possibly afford to set up. And if people are like, man, I can't believe, like I hunted a property a few years ago and I had like 8 tree stands on this property, and it had 1 fence line that was I could hunt. That's all it was I had 8 tree stands on a fence line no wider than this trail is right here. And the reason was I wanted to be able to hunt it in any wind, in any situation. So, and just like this area right here, I got 4 tree stands. From that ground blind to the farthest tree stand back here is probably about 75 yards. And when I set in that tree stand down there, I can see this tree stand, I can see this ground blind, I can see it all. But any wind that comes along, I can hunt this area. And I've killed a lot of deer within bow shot of one of my other tree stands. So that's how I set up my tree stands. I use a lot of them. I win by numbers. That's how I win when it comes to the game of deer hunting. I put myself in the scenario of being prepared for anything. That's how I face it, and I'm prepared for any wind, and I'm prepared for anything. And there's times when I come in here and I may hang a tree stand. I've got one down the trail this direction, hunted one time, and that's it. It just didn't end up being right. So I'm gonna pull that tree stand down and actually put it somewhere else. So concentrate all your efforts in one area and be prepared for any wind that you can possibly be prepared for, and cover that area as well as you possibly can without getting busted, and you'll find that your chances of killing deer will go up substantially, and you won't have to use the excuse of I can't hunt that area because the wind's not right. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and be sure to check us out on Facebook under Ike's Outdoors, and be sure to check out the website, which is ikesoutdoors.com. Appreciate you guys watching.